What's up, guys? Welcome back to the homestead. Today we're doing something awesome. Do you want to tell them what we're doing?
We are cooking eggshells.
You are doing what now?
Cooking eggshells.
Why are you cooking eggshells?
We use the eggshells for two different reasons. Well, you can use it for a multitude of things, but for us, hi Ollie. We cook eggshells to then grind them up and put them on top of chicken food to help put more calcium into our chicks. And we also grind up eggshells to put around our garden to deter the stupid slugs that keep getting into our garden.
And it's good for the tomatoes and all the other things.
Yeah, it is. So if we're going to do this for the chicks, we take this and we pulverize it in our coffee grinder. And then if we're just going to put it around our plants, we leave it intact like this. Bigger chunks so it stabs them.
Why do you bake it?
Because I don't want to attract any pests into the garden. And I also bake it to kind of change the flavor a little bit so that the chickens don't think that they can eat their own eggs.
So, if you're not feeding these to your chickens, you don't actually have to bake them, but if you are putting them in your garden or for whatever reason and you don't want to attract pests and unwanted things, you're going to want to bake them.
Yeah.
Do you have to? No. Should you? Yes.
Yeah, you don't have to.
So how do you bake them?
I usually take these, I make a pan of them, I set them aside, and then when I'm preheating my oven to about 350, 375, I throw them in right at the start, and I let them cook until they get to about 350, and for maybe another couple minutes, and then I pull them out. Okay. You can also use these right here as seed starters, these little pieces. So just fill this with soil and add your seed in there, and then when your seed erupts, or when your seedling starts popping up through, however you want to say it, you take this and then put it into another container, and they can and then you can just kind of break the eggshell a smidge and let the roots expand, and then you can have a seed starter also in the calcium. Okay, so
So you can feed this like grit, like you would your chickens. So essentially we've been saving all of our eggshells from the eggs that we've been cooking and having for breakfast and baking with and yada yada yada. We rinse them out and then we keep them aside. And then when we have enough to make a batch per se, which is, you know, it doesn't really matter how much you have, but you want to stack them up.
Right. Well, plus you're washing them. We wash them, so that also, again, is going to deter.
So then you spread them out like this and you bake them. You said 350 for how long?
I put them in the oven. When I put them in all the time. So whenever I'm preheating the oven, I'll take the eggshells and throw them in really quick. Bring it up to temperature at 350, and then I'll leave them in there for maybe like 4 to 5 more minutes at the most.
Right. And this is the done version. This is the completed version. This has been baked. And they sit pretty well in here. They are not really going to go bad because there's no moisture or anything going on in there. They've been rinsed and baked, and they actually, when you go and you smell them, they have like a really sweet vanilla smell, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, they do.
So this is the garden variety that we can put in the garden to help keep pests away. It's also really good for your potassium-loving plants and your tomatoes to help.
Calcium-loving too.
And calcium. I was getting there.
Oh, sorry.
And just anything in general, really, to help build up your soil. If you've got a compost pile going, you can put these in there. You can also just put your raw eggshells in your compost pile. Yep. So this is the garden variety that we always have on hand, and then like she just showed you and told you, this is the chicken variety. So this has just been, and again, you can feed them to them like this, unbaked. You can feed them to them in big pieces, but it's just easier for them to absorb it better in their bodies this way as it's pulverized. Yeah. So yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Okay, thanks, bye. Excellent job. That's a
fantastic presentation.
Fantastic presentation
on how to cook eggs.
Shells. With
love. Excellent work.
Excellent work.
Catch us on the next video.